This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
It's Alex, and this is the Ramble, and we go until midnight tonight from the East Coast of the United States. I just pushed the start recording button, and there he is. One of my favorites, Steve Kravitz. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
You know, in these little get-togethers that you and I have, we've spent more time talking to each other than we ever did when we lived in San Francisco, right?
And that's the truth. That's the truth.
That's the absolute truth. Yeah, that's the truth, folks. How you doing?
I'm stressed out.
He's stressed out. We don't want Steve stressed out because you don't take the stress well, do you?
No, I don't. Not at all. I don't know anybody who does. Do you?
Do I get stressed out? Yeah, I get stressed out. But I get stressed out by stuff that shouldn't stress me out. Like equipment failures.
Oh, okay.
All kinds of little problems, trying to solve little problems, you know.
Right.
And it just doesn't
sit well with you.
Doesn't sit well with me, right? So you know, it doesn't sit right with me. And so I mean, because what happens is, because I run this little thing, you know, I'm like my own tech support, you know.
Oh, right.
And so when something isn't working, I have to deal with it. And half the time, I was thinking about this, half the time that I have to deal with it, it involves calling some other technical support. Okay?
Okay.
And I know when that happens, I better plan on being up to hearing it for about 3 hours.
Oh, is that right?
Well, first of all, you got to wait for him to answer the phone.
Yeah, no kidding,
That's
huh?
problem number one. Oh, well, thank you so much. We appreciate your call. No, you don't. If you did, a human being would answer right now.
Right,
Okay?
right.
You don't appreciate my call. In fact,
We're experiencing higher than call volume.
yeah, right. So, you've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I love to tell the story about the time that what was the problem that I was having? Oh, I couldn't get my, I couldn't get my phone. I couldn't get my watch to go online because I have it so that, you know, I can go on. I have a cell phone number for this, so I can call you with my watch. I don't have to have my phone around me or anything. But it wasn't locked into the phone number. It wasn't working, so I called. I swear to you, 7 hours later.
7 hours?
7 hours later, they said to me, well, we can't figure out what's wrong. Yeah.
7 hours for them to say we don't know what to do.
We don't know what to do. I'm talking to AT&T. You know, I'm not talking to Apple. I'm talking to AT&T because their service. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is here. Man. After 7 hours. So what do? I'm sitting there and I'm just frustrated as hell. And I go back to their site. And it says, there's a little button you push. It says, turn on phone or something like that. Turn on your watch. And I click on it. And the next thing I know, my watch is working. Now, we spent 7 hours, and they didn't think to go look at that little button you have to push on their own site?
No, because that's too obvious.
Too obvious. Too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah. And so when something happens here, whether it's the phone company or the cable company, or you can't even get a hold of the cable company anymore.
No.
To get a number to call them, you really have to be a genius at Google. Okay, to find a number.
Right.
Because otherwise, they don't want to talk to you.
No, they don't.
And they want to fix everything remotely, you know. So I remember once I had a problem with my my internet, right? And I did call them, and I went online and said, here, go through this process, right? And I clicked the button, and they tested it, and then it got turned back on. So, you know, I guess I didn't need a human being, but neither do they. They don't want to hire human beings to deal with human beings.
No, they don't.
We're a major annoyance to them. You know that, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know. So that's the kind of thing that stresses me out, you know. And it always happens. It always happens right after my show at night. So it happens at midnight.
Okay.
And now I'm dealing with it till 3 in the morning, and now I decide, well, the hell with it, I'll deal with it tomorrow, which is the smart thing to say is I'll deal with this tomorrow, because tomorrow it's a fresh problem.
Right. Right.
And you come at it with a different angle.
Right. A different perspective.
Different perspective. But then you lie in bed, and all you're thinking about is, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I make this work? Did I not make that work? So you want to talk about me getting stressed? That's what stresses me.
That's what stresses you out, huh?
Yeah. So I mean, what other things besides? Well, you have to deal now with landlords, right? I don't know if you said this on the program.
No, the landlord sold the building.
Okay.
And it closes on the 22nd, and I'll find out on the 23rd whether I have to move or not. I've already started filling out applications for new apartments.
Well, wait a minute. Number one, I don't care what state this is. I mean, this could be Texas, okay? I don't think they can just throw you out on your ear because they bought the apartment.
No, I don't either.
No. And
but they could raise my rent.
Let me ask you this question, okay? Is this something somebody has told you is going to happen?
No.
Or is this your own worries projecting on the problem? On the situation.
The latter.
You don't know that they might have come to you and say, you know, you've been such a great person here, you know, tenant.
Right.
We're going to lower your rent.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen.
Or they say, we're not going to throw any of the tenants out because by law we can't just because we buy an apartment. And that may be the case in your neck of the woods too. You should go online and just ask about tenant rights in Massachusetts. But I would think you have tenants' rights here. They can't just throw you out on your ear.
Right.
You've paid your rent every month. You've been a good tenant. You've been no problem to them. You don't play loud noises at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're fine, right?
Oh yeah.
You're not Mr. Party.
No, not anymore.
So why would they throw you out? See?
Oh, I don't know, Alex, because I'm just, you know.
All right. Have I calmed you down a little bit that maybe you're like me? You think of the worst case scenario.
Absolutely, I'm projecting.
What's his name? The guy who wrote Swimming to Cambodia. I'm trying to remember his name right now. My mind, it's not been great lately. But anyway, I was interviewing him, and I talked to him about traveling. And when I traveled, I thought about everything that could go wrong.
Okay.
Before I went. So by the time I was ready to go on vacation, I was a mental mess.
Okay.
Okay. And he said, I do the same thing. I said, really? You swam to Cambodia, didn't you? Anyway, and he said to me, the reason we do that is we're control freaks. I said, what? I'm not a control. He says, yes, you are. What you're doing is you're going through every possible problem that could occur, and you're ready for it. You're ready for it, right? That's the way you're controlling the situation. Now, none of those things are going to happen. Everything's going to go just fine, but you worry about it because you want to control the situation. So if it does fuck up, you go, "See, I told you so."
Right. Exactly.
So what you're doing is you're trying to think of all possibly the worst outcomes of this situation. Well,
I've started applying for apartments, and they're all on a 1-year waiting list.
Yeah. You're on a 1-year waiting list?
A waiting list on 3 different apartments.
Wait a minute, a year waiting list?
Right. And you have to fill out an application that's 60 pages long to get on the waiting list.
Every time when I rented, in a lot of cases, they made me give them my last year's income tax return.
Oh, is that right?
And my business manager said, we'll send you the final page or something like that, but we're not going to send you the whole rigmarole. But I don't know. Down here in New York, tenants have rights. Okay, I found that out going through my thing, right?
Right.
And they have rights, and we hopefully the rights are are the same where you are. But what happened here? I had my lawyer was a landlord-tenant lawyer. He didn't do landlords. He just did tenants.
Okay.
Okay, because he felt that would be a conflict of interest. So all he did were tenants, and he said that when he goes to legal conventions and they say, "What do you do?" He says, "I'm a tenant landlord attorney."
Right.
And they went, "What? What?" He said, "Yeah." He said the reason why they're in New York is because there are so many rights the tenants have, and there's so many laws regarding the tenants that you have to have a lawyer to suss them out.
Is that right? So now what? I got to hire a lawyer?
Well, no. In your state, it's probably not like that. You probably, if you wanted to go look for a tenant landlord lawyer, you'd have a hard time finding one.
Right.
See, but they exist in New York City because there are all these laws and all these horrible, horrible landlords. Oh my God, they're the worst. They buy up slums and they want to keep them slums.
Right.
They don't want to buy. They don't want to buy a piece of property and make it better.
Right.
So I never been able to figure that one out. But anyway, so that don't worry about it yet. It's not time to worry. And if you're on a year waiting list at these other places, it would have been a year waiting list a month from now, right?
Right.
Or would it be an 11-month? A month from now, or would it still be a year?
No, it'd still be a year to 3 years.
Wait a minute. Okay, so number one, they can't throw you out of an apartment. You got no place to go.
Right.
What?
But they could raise my rent. They could double my rent.
I don't think they can do that. I think did you sign a lease?
No.
No.
No lease.
No lease. I think there are laws. I would look it up. I'll look them up for you, as a matter of fact.
All right, do that.
I may be right, I may be wrong, but I think you're wonderful. No, but I may be right and I may be wrong, but I don't think that I'm. I think you've got some rights here as a tenant. Okay. I can't believe that in Massachusetts there aren't tenant laws, right? So,
no, there's got to be some laws.
I mean,
there's got to be some laws in my favor.
If you were calling me from Texas or Wyoming or someplace like that, I might say, well, a lot of luck to you.
Right.
But that's Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a pretty progressive state.
Very progressive.
Yeah. And I don't think that they would let people living in apartments be thrown out on their ear because somebody else buys it. In fact, that's one of the things a person who buys it must have to contend with. I mean, I know that if that tomorrow they decide to sell this apartment house,
right?
They couldn't throw anybody out. We have rent stabilization laws. We have leases. We have an expectation of renewal on leases.
Right.
Things like that. So it's really a much tougher to get people out. That's not one of the things you consider, or even raising the rent.
Right.
You can only raise the rent on them by so much every 2-3 years.
Right.
And it's only a certain amount. So here in New York, it's a whole different deal. Now, but I don't think up there it's terrible. I think they want you. I don't think they want you out in the street. Let me put it that way.
No, I don't think so.
You know, and it's harder to throw somebody out of an apartment than you think. They can't say we want you out by Tuesday. You know.
Right.
So don't worry about it. These new guys may come in. They may be better than the old guys. You don't know that. They may not raise your rent at all. Why should they? You know.
Right.
You're a happy tenant. They don't want you leaving, because when you leave, they then have a cost of refurbishing the place so the next tenant can come in and
Right.
use it. So it's not to their advantage to throw you out of there. You know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens next week.
As long as you're a good tenant. I don't think anything's going to happen next week. I think they're going to buy the place. They're going to maybe knock on your door and say, "Hi, we're the new landlords. If you have any problems, here's our number. Blah 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 blah. See you later."
Right.
You know, I mean, they buy it as of course, to make money, but they're not going to. Don't worry about it. But you will.
From your mouth to God's ears.
You will. You'll worry about it, because I would too. Because
Right.
that's what I do. I
Right,
worry.
that's what I do.
You know. Here's the thing. We were talking about technology. You've dealt with cable companies or tech companies
Sure.
of one sort or another. How many times when something goes wrong with your tech in your apartment, and you're going to call these guys, do you feel it's your fault?
Never.
Never. Really? Because I always think it's my fault somehow. And I call them, and I suddenly realize, no, it's their goddamn fault. The fact that I'm not getting a signal through my,
Cable box
or whatever, it's not me. It can't be me. There's nothing I did.
Right. That's why it's not my fault.
And they make you feel like it's your fault. Here's what's the first thing you call the cable company? Your cable isn't working, right?
Right.
What's the first thing they tell you to do?
Shut the cable box off, turn it on again.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's say before you called them, you turned it on and off about 3 times to make sure that wasn't the problem, because you know
Right.
that. You'll say to them, "Well, I don't need to. I did it 3 times before I called you." They will tell you, "Well, do it again."
Do it again.
Yeah? And what is the definition of insanity? Doing the
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yes. So what have we now made abundantly clear? The cable company is insane. Yeah, exactly. So, and it's
Oh, so I got the phone there you sent me.
now that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I was going to do it on our next interview, but
I got the phone,
yeah.
and I got to go to Spectrum to get it, turned on and pair it over, get rid of my old phone and put the new phone on.
Yeah.
But they only right now. I got so bogged down with finding an apartment, I couldn't deal with it.
Right. Okay. Well, I understand that, but
So that's what's going on with that.
But it's
I don't even know how to turn that phone on.
Oh, it's just at the side or something. You just push it, hold it down for a couple of seconds, and then you'll see an apple. Next thing you know, you'll have a thing that says hello. I completely put it back to, brand.
Factory standards.
Reset the whole phone.
Right.
And I got all my stuff off of there.
Okay.
So that all you have to do is get that thing turned on. I think it's a matter of them just programming a SIM card in the phone.
Right, and changing all my contacts, getting all my contacts on the new phone.
Now the question is whether you can do that. I don't know if you can do that because you've got an Android phone right now.
Right.
You're going over to an Apple phone. There may be a conversion process they can go through. They can help you with that. They're more than happy to help you with that.
Well, Spectrum, the cable company here,
Yeah.
and also Spectrum Mobile,
Mm-hmm.
they have one store for all of Worcester.
Really?
One store.
So but have you gone down to them yet? No.
No.
Well, just take.
No, I have to make an appointment to go down to them. Otherwise, it's like a 2-hour wait.
Oh, God, what is with this world? What happened to the days where you walk into the Spectrum store and they say, nice to have you here. Can we help you with something?
Right.
Yes, I want to get my phone turned on. Well, that's a 3-year wait. Wait a minute, you don't want my business? You know, there are other phone companies. If you don't want to go with Spectrum.
Right, I know that.
And that phone I have, I think, is an AT&T phone, but I think by that time they made it so you can use it with any system.
Okay.
You know, they may tell you it's only AT&T only phone, in which case you go get AT&T.
Right.
Fuck Spectrum.
Right.
You know, what have they done for you? You know?
Nothing.
You know what I heard is the best mobile company. By the way, do you hear anything?
No.
Because they're pointing our building, which means they're drilling out the old grout and putting in new grout, right?
Right.
And I can hear through my earphones, and I don't know.
I can't hear it.
If the audience can.
No.
But I can hear it because they're right on our level now. I can hardly
Oh,
wait
is that
till
right?
they come in here, and I'm trying to interview you on like a Wednesday, and the what do you call it? Is they're grouting right outside the window. This is over a bit. So, but anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So you just go, you go down there and just see first what you might have to. They might say, oh well, you can only use this with AT&T, but I don't think that's true. By the time that phone came out, that phone's only about 4 years old.
Right. It's an i6.
Yeah. So you should be able to put what they call a new SIM card in there.
Right.
And or reprogram the SIM card for Spectrum Mobile.
Right.
I know they carry, iPhones and so on. So
Yeah, I know they do.
you should be able to. Once you do that, I mean, they'll help you turn it on. But getting all your contacts over, I don't know how you do that, to be honest with you, because I've never had an Android phone and then had to go over to an Apple phone.
Right.
But I'm sure there is some method of doing it.
And I'm sure I'll have to pay off my Android phone.
You have to pay it off?
Right, because I'm paying it, monthly.
Well, what can I say about that? Maybe you can sell it back to them. I don't know.
No, I don't know. We'll see.
Ask them about that. In which case, guess you're paying for my phone every month. I don't know. But I think the iPhone I got you is better than the one you got.
Right.
Okay. I swear by them. And they're expensive phones too.
Yeah, no kidding.
When I bought that was like an $1,100 phone.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, but
no, it's not an $1,100 phone. It's a $1,000 camera and a $100 phone.
You're right about that, because they keep selling the camera.
Right.
See how good the picture of this phone takes? No, I want to know how good a call does it get.
Right.
How clear is the service? Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Don't worry about that. We had that solved 10 years ago. Here, the phone now has more pixels than it's ever had before, and I'm going, I didn't buy the phone for the camera. Although I got to tell you, every year all my life, I always owned a broadcast capable video camera.
Okay.
I get rid of one, new one comes out, 4K, I buy that one. All right?
Okay.
I haven't bought a new phone in years. You know why? Because this iPhone shoots better than any of those things I could go out and buy.
Well, you have an iPhone 13, don't you?
I have a 13, yeah. And I go out, I'm doing 4K without even breathing heavy.
Right, right.
The only difference is I like a handheld camera because you can do zooms better and things like that with it. But, that all changes. But it's nice, I think you'll enjoy the phone. And I've been wanting to get rid of it, but, Bubs never came through by saying, oh, send it to me, I'll get it turned on.
Bubs is still using a flip phone.
He went out there, he told me he had to get a new phone for the new services, so he went and got one. He found the last flip phone in existence that met the standards.
My current landlord uses a flip phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, some people don't want to change. Hey, listen, I just looked. We're running out of time here.
Is that right?
Yeah, you want to do this again next week?
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the lovely and attractive Stephen Kravitz. Wave goodbye, Stephen. He'll be here again next week.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Okay, and then I got to turn on the lights. Yeah, okay, alrighty. Anyway, hello everybody. How are you? Another evening of fun and games here. I'll just look at something here. I keep looking at my medical reports because I'm trying to figure stuff out. Cervical. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I talked to my doctor today. It doesn't look good, folks. It doesn't look good. Anyway, where do we go? Okay, we want to let everybody in here. Okay, alrighty. And let's see here. We'll bring in the Zoom panel. There they are. There's our group of people. Hello, everybody. How are you this evening?
Hello. Good.
Pretty good.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well,
Doesn't look good, folks.
What?
Doesn't look good. Anyway, where do we go? Okay, I want to let everybody in here. Okay.
Jeff, you gotta kill your audio, Jeff.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. You're fine now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah. So
Getting better.
What?
I'm getting better.
Getting better.
Yeah.
Very little.
Yeah. Step by step, inch
Yeah.
by inch.
I used to be a smart guy, so.
Yeah. Well, so did I. So.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I'm just exhausted. I didn't get much sleep last night.
I can imagine.
I bet the doctor told you that they sent you that letter by mistake, right?
Nope.
Nope. Uh-oh.
Nope. It was wrong for him to ask me to get the sonogram. But after we did a little bit of talking, he had a suggestion, so I'm now going to see an oncologist. Because chances are he's concerned that it might be cancer.
Yeah, why not get it tested first? I mean, that's kind of a leap. But
What do you mean?
what
Wait
he
a minute.
does.
You don't know what you're talking about.
My mother had it and didn't have cancer.
The first
so-
first person that was suggested to me at the emergency room to see was
Yeah.
a hematologist oncologist.
Oh,
And when I called them, there was some goofiness where they didn't said, "Oh, well, you've got to have a report that says you have cancer." It was all wrong. Okay.
But
So today, when I talked to my doctor, he said, he said, I'm a bit concerned about it because, it could be something, it might not be something, but I want to send you to a hematologist oncologist. That's who handles this sort of thing.
Okay,
All right? So who am I supposed to believe, you or my doctor?
your doctor.
I would say, yeah.
That's the first I ever heard of the request to go see an oncologist or a hematologist.
Well, an oncologist looks for cancer.
Treats cancer.
No, he looks for cancer as well.
Okay.
He doesn't just treat cancer.
Okay.
But anyway, so
All right. Well, you'll do that, and then you'll know.
so I have an appointment with a oncologist next week, next Friday. So, never gets easy.
It's pretty quick.
Huh?
That's pretty quick.
That's pretty
Yeah.
quick. Yeah, I'll probably die just as fast.
You're in tough shape. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's only, your problem is right up here.
Well, I have what's called numerous rounded lymph nodes,
Yes.
which can be 50% of the time are cancerous, and mine is in a supraclavicle area, which is it has a good chance of being malignant. So but then it's lymphoma, and they treat it, and my doctor said, hell, it's not going to kill you.
You'll find out if it's Hodgkin's or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, if that's what it is.
Yeah. I hope
one's a little more treatable than the other. They're both treatable, from what I understand.
Yeah, but are they the most common?
Yeah, those two are very common.
The most common lymphomas. Yeah.
Yeah. The trouble is people that wait and don't go get the doctor visit and then the oncologist, then it spreads through the lymph system. But you're on top of that, so.
Well, I don't know that it hasn't spread to the lymph system, although it wasn't found anywhere else in my body when they did the.
And you're not feeling any more abnormal than normal, right?
Well, I feel tired a lot lately.
Okay. Well, that could be a lot of different things. That could be getting over COVID. That could be your age. That could be the day of the week. Who knows? And it could be cancer, I guess.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
It's something we have to all look forward to, unless we all of a sudden drop dead.
Well, it's the thing I don't want is I don't want constant treatments for this and treatments for that and chemo this and chemo that, and So what happens? I live 5 extra years, and in those 5 extra years, my life is made a living hell.
Could happen. It's something to evaluate, right?
Yeah.
No heroic efforts.
Yeah. But
let's talk about something more positive.
No.
Than cancer.
No.
No.
Because that's all I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that then.
No, but let's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's not. Let's talk about something more positive than cancer.
Yeah. So, Charlie, what's happening with you?
Well, of course, I got rained out tonight, so I'm sitting here.
So you're here, sitting here. You made our show. What does the T-shirt tonight say to the?
It says "Be greater than average."
Oh. Boy, you are such a physicist.
I try.
You try.
Be greater than average. Isn't that cute?
It's pretty cool.
Is the E, the kind of the E thing, is that average?
Yeah, that's the sum. That's sigma, which means the sum of I to N, and then you divide by the number.
Yeah.
You had to ask.
Yeah.
I just realized I haven't gone to my physics class in a long, long time.
You're not the only one.
What do you mean you haven't gone to?
Me either. It's been 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to
Same here.
Did you go to a physics class, Jeff?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course? I didn't.
From high school, no.
Did you take physics in high school? Oh, okay.
Sure. I went to a school in Brooklyn, New York. It was called Brooklyn Tech.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Well, technical school, you got to take physics.
You got to take that.
Yeah. Now, did
I took it in college.
And
Yeah, plus that.
outside of Charlie, have any of you been able to apply it to your daily lives?
Yeah.
I think you apply it, anything you learn like that, I think you apply even if you don't have a job in it or anything.
Really?
Yeah. It changes the way you think, all these things, hopefully.
No, I think I used to use it emotionally, I guess. Physically once in a while.
Yeah.
I always use simple stuff.
Yeah.
That's the way my.
Help you playing pool.
Hmm.
Yeah, playing pool, sure.
Boy.
I mean, when I went to college to start with and thought I was going to be an electrical engineer like my father after I got out of high school. And after 2 years of that and all the goddamn math that I didn't get real well, I moved on to microbiology because then I thought maybe I'll be a doctor. And while I was a cop, I was going to college and continued. It took me about 6 years to get my degree in microbiology, my bachelor's. And then I thought, oh, shit, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a cop the rest of my life. So But I think all that helps you. It's it's
Oh, sure.
adds to the education,
It's called education.
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah. So where is everybody tonight?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Brian's got a car show.
Oh, does, he
Bill's trying to find his brain. I don't know.
does Brian have a car show tonight?
I don't know.
Oh,
Teasing.
okay.
I don't know.
He probably does. He's him and cars. Man, my goodness.
That all over Facebook. It's good. They're
Yeah.
nice cars.
Yeah, he's the guy to go to. You want to know something about cars?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I never got that much into cars. To me, they were basic transportation.
Yeah, me too.
Unfortunately, because I had the money for it, I usually bought good cars. Ones that kids would go as I drove by.
Like the 300ZX.
Like the 300Z. Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was
Z, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I never. It wasn't like I bought it because I wanted a fast car and I was into cars and so on. It just looked nice,
Yeah.
And I knew it would get me from one place to another. So that was the difference.
Brian likes nice cars, and he bought a McLaren because they're really nice cars.
Yeah.
And they're very expensive if you buy them new. I think he said he bought his used.
You hear that? On top of everything, we have allergy season right now.
Yeah. Get ready to start here too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Depends on what you're allergic to in California. Most hay fever is in April and May here. So,
Here
but
it's year round.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Marjorie has allergies, right? And she has an allergy doctor, and he says that it's every month of the year there's something out there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that must be the pits, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. Yeah. Hello, Tony. How are you?
I'm all right.
What's the matter, Tony?
My sister's mad I'm not going to Washington with them tomorrow.
To Washington for
What's
what?
happening?
Yeah, you know why? My brother-in-law's dad, years ago, he's a WW2 vet. He was a POW. He got shot down, so he was liberated. But he got buried in Arlington years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put flowers on. I just don't feel like going down there for 2 nights.
Just
So
to put
my-
flowers on a grave.
Yeah, they're gonna, because he hasn't done it like in 2 years, so he wants to go down. So they're leaving tomorrow morning, like 6:30. They'll be home Sunday, I think. She says, "Don't come with us. You're fun in the car."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be real fun. Yeah.
yeah, she'll drive me. She wants to drag me into the car.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You started to say she'll drive you crazy. You mean you'll drive her crazy?
No, she likes my company, my sister. So they were kids. I said, I'm going to stay home. My brother's taking me to the beach Saturday, so we'll go to Rockaway.
Oh, okay.
So I said, just message us. I wish them a nice trip. They're leaving early.
Yeah.
If I would have gone, I would have called you from my hotel looking for Biden. I said,
Looking for what?
Joe,
Joe Biden.
Looking for Joe
eggs,
Biden.
$4. You son of a bitch.
Why would you call me about Joe Biden?
No, I would have called you. I would have got my own room I would have called from the Hyatt down there or the Marriott. No, Marriott they're staying at. I would have brought my laptop. That's right. What am I going to
lay
do?
off of Joe, okay?
I know. I was just joking a little bit. I got to give him a little bit of a
I mean, you
break.
get a guy for president who happens to be a nice guy and a fairly moral human being,
True.
or as moral as you can be and be in politics that long, and then you just
I know. I go
give him
crazy
a bad-
right away.
Yeah, you go crazy over him, and the fact is that, from a moral standpoint, he's terrific. He's a nice guy. He's a decent person.
And I got homework from Philly. He gave me a book. I got to read a chapter.
What
Is
is
he-
what is the book?
Hold on. I got it inside. It's about selling.
Oh,
So far, a little bit
you
more.
don't have to go
You know,
get that.
yeah. It's actually pretty interesting. So I got to read chapter 3. I feel like I'm in school with a syllabus.
Yeah, but why do you want to know how to sell? Are you planning on selling anytime soon?
Well, he said it could help me sell comic books because you can, I guess, put it into. He calls it like you can use it for any type of thing. I said, let me read it. I'll read anything. So it's actually quite interesting so far.
Yeah.
I think he's going. Oh, there's Brian. I think
Hey,
he's
Brian.
going to apply at 7-Eleven.
Let's see. Is
Why don't you go there?
Brian, are you at your office?
No, I'm in the kitchen.
You're in the
Oh,
kitchen.
nice.
Wait a
On the
minute.
island. On the island in the kitchen.
Why are you in?
Adrian corrected me. I'm on the island, not in the kitchen.
Why are you in the kitchen?
Why not? I wanted to do like Jeff. I want to start touring my house.
Good idea.
No, Tiffany's. Oh my God, what the heck is going on with this?
With
The
what?
lights are bright.
Yeah, I'll turn it down. Tiffany's. Yeah, I know. So Tiffany's in the office. She's doing some work. So I'm leaving her alone.
Oh, you're leaving her alone, and you've been banned to the kitchen, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's see your kitchen. Move your camera around a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah,
what your
let me
kitchen
do
looks
something
like.
here.
You know what the lights look like.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yes. He's making it a little nicer there.
Ambiance.
And there is the star of our show, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian. Well, there she goes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, no, we did Carmel by the Sea, Monterey. I feel you've been there a lot, right, Alex?
Yeah, a long
You
time
tripped down
ago.
there?
Yeah, a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, so we did everybody from all over the world comes for this show. So they have a whole week of events. So it's pretty huge. So Duesenbergs and just unbelievable cars. They had a turbine car there that was pretty famous in the '60s, and yeah. So it's,
What was the
yeah,
turbine
really,
car? What was the name of it?
I think my friend posted something on there. So they do a tour. So the cars are in the show. They get extra points on Thursday if they do a tour of a 17-mile drive. So I go there early in the morning, see all the cars that are ready to drive, and then everybody gets ready. 9 o'clock, then they start leaving the cars out onto 17-mile drive. So it's pretty cool to see all these cars going.
And they do the 17-mile drive?
Yeah, they do a version of it, and then they come back. So yeah, so you get to hear all the cars go. So it's pretty.
Yeah.
Is the sports car that you're talking about, that's not, it was run by a battery engine or something? And was it a silver looking car or a gray car?
No, this one's the orange one, the turbine car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you referring to a car that you stole, Jeff?
No. No, I haven't gotten caught on any of that.
Okay.
I didn't say I didn't do it. Try it.
You know, let me. I'm going to mention a car to you. I want to see. Let's see how good he is with old cars.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody here remember a car called the Davis? Okay, that's it.
Yeah, you mentioned it once before.
Yeah, the Davis. I should. Let me see if I can find it here. Davis Auto, I guess. I know. Then it'll give me the name of a car dealership, I'm sure. Davis Automobile. Okay. Auto. Mobile. Okay, Davis Automobile. Okay, let me see what I come up with here. There it is. There it is. It's on Jay Leno's garage, actually. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Let me see if I can go to my. Do I still have this set up? My computer? Yeah. Let me go. Bring my computer in. People won't be able to see it, but I can.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
That's a Davis right there.
See it, but we can't.
Who?
You? How do you see it, but the rest of us can't? Oh,
Because I Googled it. That's why.
Magic.
There it is. That was the Davis, and it was an American automobile manufacturer based in Van Nuys, California car company in San Fernando Valley region, which produced a 3-wheeled automobile. That's what it was. It had 3 wheels.
Yeah.
And I think they were known for tipping over.
Tipping over, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I see why.
I see a whole bunch of those now.
really?
Not the same one, but a three-wheeler.
Right. And then there was the Kaiser Darren.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you mentioned before. That's
That's
the
the
one
one-
with the door that goes inside the car.
But it also had lips on the front of it, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, anyway, I just thought I would do. Let me see here, Kaiser Darren. Let me see if I can find it here. Ah, God, I hate this. Kaiser Darren. Oops.
Yeah, I've seen those around.
Yeah, Kaiser Darren. There are 2 R's, not 1 R. Okay. Let me see here. Here we go. Now I said it had lips,
No,
and
Yeah.
let me see here. Let me go here. Let me move this up here, so that so that I can. Oh, here we go. Can I make that even larger? No. There. Well, there it is. Anyway, I'll show you. It's a Kaiser Darren. Oops. Here we don't want it. Just moved. It just changed. There we go. See that?
Oh,
It
yeah.
had
Wow. neat.
lips on it.
What
And
color is it, Charlie? I can't see it.
well, it hadn't come up yet. I'm
Oh.
waiting.
and how
There we go.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta get
Yeah.
on the,
yeah,
you gotta
there's
get on
it's the
Facebook.
Kaiser. Yeah. Darren
Yeah.
Roadster.
There it is. Yeah.
Somebody on the chat said the turbine car is a Chrysler, and that it is a Mopar Chrysler.
Yep. Anyway,
It was pretty cool because when you sit there and the cars are going out, and there's a huge crowd, and we could see the turbine car coming, and so everyone's like quiet and we hear it go by. It's really really cool. And
yeah.
that there's a lot of stories. The lady was telling us that thing will run on any flammable liquid. So tequila, and they also tried perfume, and it ran on that. So
It ran on perfume. What car was that?
that turbine car.
The turbine car? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeff has probably stole 3 of those.
Well, what's this? How do you know all about what I used to do?
I don't know. Alex brought it up when you know how we.
Jeff brought
No,
up
I
that
never-
once he stole a car when he was a kid.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And who didn't
That's
steal
okay.
a car
You're
when they
fine.
were a
The
kid?
statute of
Okay.
limitations are passed, Jeff.
Yeah. There's a
Oh,
lot.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
But the Kaiser Darren, the Kaiser is the same Kaiser as the hospital, by the way.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Oh,
Made
yeah.
by the same
Wow.
family?
Henry J. Kaiser.
Wow.
Do you know how he started the hospital? Do you know?
Ambulance car.
No. He started the
Richmond,
hospital because
California,
he had a
didn't
big company and they did all kinds of stuff with steel and with building cars and he was into steel and things like that. And he had a lot of employees and they needed health stuff being taken care of. And so consequently, he started a health plan for them. He started a hospital for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Richmond, California,
In Richmond, California. Yeah.
near his shipyards during World War II is what I.
Right. And then what he did is he then expanded it beyond his company and allowed people who were members of unions to join it. And that's when my parents joined it. And I was a Kaiser kid when I was in my, I don't think I hit 10 yet. I was
born in Kaiser.
Huh?
I was born in Kaiser in 1958
Really?
in
Okay.
Oakland. Yep.
Adrian was in Kaiser too.
Yeah. So, you know. But anyway.
With big Kaiser.
So, Tony, so you're not going down to Washington, D.C.
No.
to honor the fallen dead?
I mean, I went a couple of years. I just don't want to do it. I mean, it's like, put a fun. I mean, it's nice, but
I don't know. I never found Washington a great place to go,
my brother's like, what do we? I says, I mean, if my dad was buried there, I would go. I don't mean it to be disrespectful, but you're right. I mean, how many times can I go to Ford Theater? I mean, really? I like going there, you know, because it's the historical.
Lincoln said the same thing.
You're right. I mean, it's weird, Alex. It's so when you walk in there, it's kind of like you're stepping back in time because everything is the same there.
Well, because
I
they maintained it the way it was because it's a
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I mean, I don't want to sound callous. I said if the Mets were playing the Nationals, I probably would be more inclined to go because then I'd catch a baseball game. I mean, it's true. That's what we did last time. Me and my brother went down.
It's like I don't think they'll ever
right.
tear down the Texas School Book Depository.
Did you ever go? My brother went to that when he was working for Verizon. They brought a conference. He was up there on the tour. I don't know if you ever. Did you ever do that tour?
I don't think I ever did it. No, I didn't spend that much time in Dallas. Most of my time was in Houston.
There's a YouTube video where they take you through it, including what the shooter saw.
Yeah, the vantage point. He said that was a
Vantage
hard
point.
shot.
There you go, Tony. The vantage point. Yep.
And are we supposed to believe that he shot him alone?
No way. I don't buy it.
You see, I believe it.
Really?
Yes. They
I
say,
think it was on-
what are the chances? Well, the chances are that he was able to do it.
He was a sniper in the in the Marines, I think.
Yeah. So he knew what he was doing.
Where were you, Alex, when you heard the news?
I was in the Navy. And I was home in Marin County on leave. It's taking off a couple of weeks to spend with my parents and with my, I guess, girlfriend, or was she my wife by that time? I can't remember. But anyway, I was. That's where we heard about it. And then a few days later, I'm sitting there watching television in the morning. And they're bringing out Oswald, and I watch him get shot on television.
I watched that clip on the news.
And people say, well, how can we ever convict Oswald easily? We had like 1 million witnesses. I mean, if you were watching television that morning. And I yelled out at my parents, I said, you better come up and see what just happened, And they missed the whole thing. But I remember it happening. I remember it happening.
I remember it too. I was like 4 or 5, and we were over at my grandfather's, and everybody's upset and crying all of a sudden watching TV, and I'm like, what's going on? What's the big deal?
Yeah.
It was a big deal to us.
Well, you were old enough at that time.
Yeah, and plus we were Catholic. We were in Catholic high school and Catholic grade school and stuff.
Absolutely. He was the first Catholic president we had. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're in Chicago, Charlie? Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, because I was going to say, geez, if you're in Texas, that's
It was 63. Yeah, so I was 13.
Yeah. But anyway, whose TV set is on?
Oh, it's got to be mine. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna make them turn the TV set off.
That was probably Adrian.
Okay, it's one of the kids.
That's right. Let me turn on the TV and piss me.
Here she is. Here she is. Here she is. Hi, Adrian. How you doing?
She's got to take the volume.
Wave at us.
It's muted.
Hello, Adrian. How are you today? How are you? Oh yeah. The minute you turn on the mic, she gets shy.
Yeah.
When have you ever known her to really be shy?
She's shy for like the first 10 minutes, and then she's a crazy girl.
Yeah. So anyway, that's your kitchen.
Yeah, we just remodeled it.
I see. Okay.
I told your wife you could have any color you want as long as it's white.
White and gray. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So we tried to have a quiet summer because we just got 2 cars and remodeled the whole house all in one summer. So 1 year. So it's like now we have no money for a while. So.
Well, we'd love to do stuff to our place, and we can't. And we can't because anything we would do would be improving it for the people who own the place. Wouldn't be improving it for us, and that's why we always were hoping and praying that they'd, go condo here, and we'd be able to buy in, and then we could take our apartment and do with it what we wanted to do. But what's the use now? I'm going to be dead in a couple of years anyway, so, you know. Oh, hey, it's a puppet show. It's a puppet show. Yeah.
He doesn't have to speak
See
this
it?
way.
How you doing?
I am.
Wait a minute. Can I do it? Still do it? I can't. How are you doing? Hold on.
She's signing. She just said Alex Bennett is signing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I'm joking. I
Anyway.
don't know.
Oh, man. I'm dizzy tonight. It's also, it's weird hot here. You know, the temperature right now is 73, but we got humidity, so it's sticky.
It's
You know,
that
it is.
way.
As soon as I
It's
turn
that
off the
way here
AC
too in
inside.
Fremont.
Yeah.
It's a weird summer.
No, he's trying to get out of the way of,
Oh, we're getting the tour now.
we're getting
There
the
we go.
tour. Here he goes. Where is he going now?
No, I need to help Tiffany with something. She's trying to see something on my laptop.
She wants to see something on your laptop? Oh, the one.
No, because we work at the same company, so she's trying to get on the VPN. So
Oh, I see. Oh, does she work at that company too?
yeah,
That's how they met each other.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, what? What are you doing? He's going.
He's trying to get her on the VPN.
Oh,
what he
okay.
said.
Yeah.
Well, that's always fun.
I don't like VPN.
They're far from perfect. That's
Well,
for
they're
sure.
too slow. So I want to let you not know where I am. Okay, so I say I'm in London. Well, then everything moves at a snail's pace.
Now,
The neat thing about it is when you go on YouTube and they have a video that you can't watch because of copyright laws in the United States. So you change the VPN to London and you watch it.
Right. That's correct.
You know, that's mainly what I use mine. Or if I'm gonna buy travel tickets or something, I change it to like New Mexico or something like that. And the tickets are cheaper than the Bay Area, and the same tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's good for saving money like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that market tends to be cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't have as much money.
Yeah. Well, anybody have anything they want to talk about? I'm tired.
Oh, I also hide from Tony on it.
Oh, you.
Oh, that's
It
that's
doesn't
right.
do that for you, Tony. Sorry.
Behind a wall. I have to figure out how to get around that.
There you go.
Let's see what else. Well, nothing else really. My uncle's place may go out of business. That's what I've been hearing.
Your
Ooh.
uncle's place? Oh, you mean the hat's place?
The hats. I think they're going to slowly liquidate the stock. It sounds like that's what my cousin told me.
Really?
What's up my hat?
I think since the pandemic, a lot of the little small stores they sold to just probably went out of business.
Well, pick me up about 20 hats, okay?
I don't. Yeah, I only started talking to him again because he kept calling me, so we're talking.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite person, but what am I going to do? Is my
Why?
mom's
What's
mom.
happening with the hat companies? Is it just people aren't buying hats anymore, or
I
what?
think that when the pandemic hit, Alex, they sold to a lot of small stores, so they must have folded the small stores, and the business probably isn't there really. And then also China, where they buy from a lot of their merchandise,
Yeah.
they had to shut factories down there, so it used to take them months to get stuff in overseas. So that slowed down. Yeah, I mean, so it's like from what I hear, it might be gone in like a year or two. That's about it.
What type of hats does he sell?
It's mostly, I would say, I would say more for ethnic. So I would say more like, it's really for like, say Spanish, black, and stuff like that.
like
So are they ball?
And
I
what
don't want to
else?
be politically correct when I say.
Come on, Tony.
I'm thinking of like censoring, like, you know. So it's like, but you know, it is really true. So it's like, you know, when Giuliani cleaned up 42nd Street, he put out his best stores. Like there were two stores right on 42nd Street and across the street from the Port Authority bus terminal. Arnold Hats, they're gone now. They were like gold mines. As soon as they cleaned it up and they pushed them all out of there, that really hurt his business.
You know
My
what,
uncle was pissed.
what he got rid of, what he pushed out of business was a store I loved on 42nd Street,
Which one?
Hubert's Museum.
I have to think. of that.
And you would go
I
in and
don't-
they had all kinds of oddities, but in the window they had a display of what they would sell, and they were selling like candy and knives.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was always around the
Knives in the window along with candy. You know, it was just
That's
a
kinda
weird
odd, yeah, right?
mixture. A weird mixture.
When I used to drop stuff off there, the owner, Arnie, he used to say, when you drop stuff off, Tony, put your wallet in your front pocket. He says, why? Don't keep it in the back because they'll rip your pocket and you won't even know they'll take your wallet right out.
Wow.
If they would bump into you, take the knife, rip your back pocket, and take your money, and you wouldn't like your wallet, and you wouldn't even know.
42nd Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I see why Jeff moved to Connecticut.
So every time I travel to the city, I always put my wallet in the front when he told me that, the old guy.
Do you still do it?
Yeah, I still do it. Ever since the old man told me that, because I used to drop off stuff and take the train, and he used to say, "Where's your wallet?" I says, "In the front." He's
Well,
like,
you
"It's in
should
the back."
actually leave yours in the front pocket.
Yeah, he always
I've been
used to tell me
told that. I just never do it. I always had a wallet in my back pocket.
Ever since the old guy told me that, Alex, I've always done that when I'm in the subway or anywhere.
Really?
Pretty much.
Yeah, traveling I do, or I keep one of those, the not man purses, but those, the ones that go around the chest.
Oh, the fanny packs, like.
Yeah, you look like a cop. Yeah, usually I wear one of those around my chest because then everything's right there. My phone's right there, my wallet's right there, and that never comes off.
Oh, okay. All right.
My son lives in Manhattan and in Brooklyn, and he wears money in his shoes.
In his shoes, wow.
When he's yeah. When he used to work in a bar and stuff like that at one time,
Okay.
and he would have, and Saturday night he'd have a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Put it in his shoes.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I knew people used to put money in their shoes here in New
The
York.
trouble is that you got to take your shoe off every time you want a soda or something.
But if you
So you
go
wear loafers, or you wear, like you know what I'm wearing now? This is how old I'm getting. I'm wearing Skechers.
I actually have those too, Alex.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I bought a
They
pair
make
of
good
sneakers.
shoes.
They're comfortable.
without
Yeah.
laces, right?
Oh, I got laces. I think my
no,
brother
you
got
get them,
non-laces.
you get them without laces. It looks like they have laces.
Yeah, my brother got the
And you
non-laces.
slip
I
into
got
them like
laces.
loafers.
I'm gonna
In
get another
old
pair.
age, I have found that accommodating.
Oh, with the non, yeah, my brother likes the non-laces. I still got laces, yeah.
So they make them with the design on them that looks like a lace?
Yeah, it's.
No.
No, you can't see
It
it.
literally looks like a lace,
Yeah.
but it's
Ah.
it's elastic.
Yeah, you slip it in.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you
I know what
slip
you're talking
into
about.
it. Yeah.
I mean, my regular everyday shoes, sneakers are Skechers, and I get them comfortable, tie the knot, double tie the knot, and I
That's
just
what I do.
But I don't
slip
even have to
off.
tie the knot.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I use them as
Yeah,
slip
and I noticed that on television, I noticed a lot of people wearing them too. And the version I have, the one I'm talking about, yeah, you can get them with laces.
Yeah,
But
can-
the first time I bought them, I just bought them because Bobby Slayton, is
Oh, he wears
doing
them?
the ads for it and so on. So I wanted to,
They're comfortable.
I wanted to, kind of do business for Bobby. And and I got a pair and I ordered them and they came and I went, "What's this?" I said, "You can't tie them up." And then I realized it's like having a loafer. You just slip those things on and you're good to go.
You know who Skechers' biggest retailer is?
Ooh.
I have
Amazon.
who?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Go on their site and they have 50 different types of Skechers, and
Mm.
a lot of them are just, the sneakers are all the same thing, but if it says Air Jordan on it, that's not a Sketcher, but God damn, the Air Jordan, I was looking the other day at Skechers, and stuff, but Air Jordan, $500 a pair. I'm like, what are they, nuts?
Yeah, I never.
Are they worth the value, Tony?
I mean, I never bought the Air Jordans when they came out. I mean, they were like a basketball. I mean, when I used to play basketball, I knew kids who had to have those, the red ones and the white. Those are the originals. But they used to mug you for those sneakers when I was in school.
They probably still do.
They literally, when the Jordans came out, you couldn't get those. I always just wore Nikes. I don't want to pay $250 to run and it wasn't going to make you play any better. If you can't pass the ball or shoot, what is the sneaker gonna do? Nothing.
That's
What
right.
I used to say.
Other
They
than
make you
make you
play
look
better.
cool.
Shoot.
Well, Kanye has this brand Yeezy, and he has some pullovers that he's selling at the Gap. He made a deal with the Gap to sell them there. It's a $250 pullover, or what do you call it? Sweatshirt. You know what I'm talking about? With the hood,
Yeah.
you know,
Hoodie.
With the
Hoodie.
hoodie,
Yeah,
and
the
the
hoodie.
jacket, like,
and he's got them in the stores in garbage bags. So you go through the garbage bag and get your $250 pullover, and now a lot of people are complaining. Well, this is in bad taste.
yeah, I mean that is.
It's in bad taste. It's mocking poor people.
Yeah.
And his whole attitude was, basically, fuck off.
You
know, I consider myself an artist. I'm trying to sell my product in an artful way. I put them in these bags. It makes it different. It also drives people into the store just to see them because they kind of look like art pieces out there.
Mhm.
And I agree with them. Screw you. I mean, what, you're making fun of the homeless? It's
That's a
ridiculous.
little weird.
Yeah.
The Gap is still in business, and it's not.
Well,
in the Bay Area.
everybody's so judgmental today because they all have to top each other for who can be the most judgmental.
Yeah.
You know?
The Republicans are doing a pretty good job.
Oh yeah, they're doing a great job. But we don't have to talk about the Republicans tonight because Phil
Okay,
isn't
forget
here.
about that.
Phil isn't here. Yeah.
We got Phil Jr. with us, though.
Yeah. But Phil Jr. Phil Jr. can't take up the slack.
No, I can't fill those shoes. Those are too big. He said, I can't fill those shoes out. Alex, you created a monster with him. He's entertaining, I told him. He's got an ego now.
Well, he's entertaining to a point.
Well, he's actually really, and I think, I'm telling you, you created a celebrity with him. I'm not just saying.
Oh,
He's
no. No.
No?
No. As a matter of fact, he is perhaps the most vilified person who does this show.
Really?
I get at least a half a dozen complaints every week. How can you have that moron on your show? How can you have that guy saying what he says? And I'm going, I like having a moron on my show. It makes me look good.
His last name is not moron.
It's not moron. Yeah, but I mean, so I mean, yeah, I never have anybody ever write me and say, boy, that feels terrific. That I never hear.
Well, I can tell everybody. He is a very nice person.
Well, I mean, like last night, where somebody got a hold of me and said, what a nice guy. He says, you were worried about your health, and he was there for you.
He was very positive last night.
Yeah.
That's Phil.
He had an agenda that he wanted to talk about, but he put that aside for you.
Yeah.
That's what friends do.
And I told him, I said, that's because Phil really is a really nice guy.
He really is.
It's just that I can't equate the two. That he's a nice guy, but he believes in all these evil things that don't do anybody any good. So I don't know. It's a very weird mixture. There.
It's just one of those people that I have those friends too. I will talk about every single subject except for politics.
Right.
Absolutely.
There's a bunch of car guys. Oh my God. Then today in Carmel, 3 guys, 2 guys have McLaren hats. I was about to walk over and talk to those guys, and one guy had a Trump hat. Oh my God.
That's what they make guns for, Brian.
So just they're the friends I have. Same thing. No politics.
They were saying that in younger people now, younger people won't, for instance, have as a roommate anybody who doesn't agree with them politically.
Wow.
Don't blame them.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
You don't want to spend all night arguing with your roommate.
I had a lot of friends who I didn't agree with politically over the years, who still were my friends. You know,
But that's
I don't
not
want
today.
The world to,
Different times. Yeah, different times.
I don't want
but
the
it
world
is
to all
different
think the
times.
same.
People are so divisive that you just won't have anything to do with, you know. However, you know, let's say we're going out with some woman, and she was a sure thing. I'm saying it this way because I know that Adrian is there. But they're a sure thing. Would you kind of go along with them and just kind of go, oh yeah, okay, every time they mention politics, just because you wanted to get, you know?
A piece.
The next morning, that'd be a great argument to get her kicked out of the house.
Oh, you're so cold.
If you need a reason, there's a good reason.
That's right.
Just wait till the morning.
Oh
Come out
no,
of the shower
that
with
kind
your
Put on
of
bucket hat on.
that
Put
kind
on
of
CNN.
that kind I never bring over to my house. I go over to theirs, because then
Or get a
after we were through,
motel.
I could just get the hell out of there.
That's right. Get a motel. That way, if they go nuts when they find out that you're a Democrat and tear up the room, it's a hotel. Let them.
Well,
put
I
it on
just
their-
don't, you know, I just don't know what's with people. I mean, you know, I had people who were Republicans. Fine, you're a Republican. You know, I don't agree with you. I'm a Democrat myself, but you know that was the only difference. Now it's like I love the fact. What I can't believe are all the people who absolutely adore Donald Trump. I go, this man to begin with is ugly. He's fat. He's got a bad comb over. He has no morals. He's a terrible human being. And what is it about this guy you find wonderful? Tony can't even come up with an answer to that one.
You know what I do like about him, though, honestly?
What?
I don't know so much as like. It's like there's no filter with him, which I
That
think when
doesn't
he-
matter. This is a guy you're talking about as being president. Having no filter is not something you want in somebody who's a president of the United States.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I there's something. I kind of find him entertaining now. I know you. I don't know. There's just
He
something.
was entertaining. I'll have to admit
I was
that.
like, he was
At
like
one
every-
point, he was entertaining. That was until he became president, and then he became just boring because it was relentless. Every day, it was the same goddamn thing. He woke up in the morning and said, "How am I going to dominate the press today?"
He's still like all over the place.
I never found viciousness entertaining.
You know, that's a
Nope.
very good point, Charlie.
Do you think also Trump sort of put this thing where the president is on TV nonstop? Because Biden's on an awful lot, which I think too much. But Obama wasn't really on that much. And do you guys remember like presidents being on the TV or media so much?
Biden is doing it to his what's the word I'm looking for?
Demise, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, to
Detriment?
his detriment.
Yeah, detriment.
Yeah, to his detriment,
He
because
needs to stay off TV.
yeah, he should really let other people talk for him.
Yeah.
You know, and come on occasionally when it's really important, you know. But he has just looked so out of it lately. I mean, I saw him signing some bill, and he looked like, "Where am I? Am I passing out pens here? You know, who wants a pen?"
Yeah, I know. I saw that
He
one.
saw, and it didn't look good,
Yeah,
did it?
yeah.
Well,
Shermer was right next to him, right? Like trying to help him, or somebody was right next to him. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the optics weren't very good.
I think he's a little sick again from,
He might have long COVID.
yeah, I think he's got COVID again.
His wife got
I mean,
it.
he can't shake it. He's always testing positive.
Well, no, you can test positive several times after you've had it. It
Yeah,
just
most
happens.
people that have, especially older people that have COVID, it can go on for 2 or 3 weeks. So, you know,
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
or people that are not vaccinated,
Yeah.
lowered immune systems. So.
Yeah. And
Yes.
today in Washington, they had this hearing to see if they would release the affidavits in the Mar-a-Lago situation. Trump says he wants it done.
Of course he does, because it weakens the.
Oh yeah, and also he'll find out who ratted on him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But they don't want to release it. They say
They're going to fight it. Actually, I think it's NBC that brought up that started it with the judge and said we'd like it released because it's newsworthy.
Yeah.
I forget who was talking today, but they were interviewing somebody and they started mentioning TikTok, that they were looking at TikTok and they were trying to explain something, and then the person who's interviewing them says, "So are you using TikTok as your news source?" It's so funny. I was on the CNN radio and I missed who it was they were talking to, but it's pretty hilarious.
Well, what's really terrible is the things we're using as news sources today. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway,
somebody was on the show a while back that said they were getting their news from TikTok.
Huh?
Somebody was on this show a few months ago saying they get their news.
What news on TikTok? A bunch of kitties sleeping with each other?
I don't know.
Some woman wearing a bikini, jiggling her tits up and down.
Trucking thing in Canada.
Yeah, I think the truck guy, right? I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. He said he was using TikTok to get his news, and I'm going. I go flipping through TikTok, and somehow there's no news there.
And then we checked his Facebook page, and there's like every 5 minutes there's. I think that was that guy.
It might be.
Well, if I were to bring over my computer here
guy,
and start flipping through TikTok, what news is there on TikTok? I never come across news.
How to eat 4 White Castles in 20 seconds or less. I mean, how was that news?
What?
How to eat 4 White Castles in 20 seconds or less. So that's new.
Yeah, that's
they're always doing stupid things. Alex, the internet's a dangerous weapon. You could spread rumors so fast, they wouldn't even know it.
Well, it's going at the speed of light now.
It's crazy. I mean, you know what I don't get either? How the information's coming out I don't know where it was from, where it was somebody on MSNBC, I was listening to it, and they're like, he can have nuclear, the papers can have nuclear documents in it. They don't even know what documents he has yet, but they're just speculating of what it could be.
That's right. That's what the news does.
It's almost like nobody even knows what it is yet, but yet they're going to assume what it might be.
I think
because they have to. They have to fill out the time.
That's for sure.
Didn't the government?
It's yellow journalism. He could have sold secrets to the Russians. Do you know that for sure? Because we don't know what he has yet. No, but I'm just going to say it so it can stick to the wall.
No, but he could. He could. That's the problem.
But I can also say he's got pictures of Roswell, of the alien, and they're going to believe that? Oh, he's crazy. It's like, they shouldn't even report that.
Tony, that picture of the alien, that's on the same order form as the Charmin toilet paper.
Exactly, yeah. But what I don't get is, how can they let them go on to these people and just speculate and say, you really can't say that because we don't know what they have?
How come Trump took the things?
Because any other news source is going to say that.
Well,
so if you're a news source, Tony, if you have a news source and these other news sources are saying that, we're speculating what he could have. What are you going to do? What are you going to talk about on your news source?
Well,
it's really not the truth. They're really just.
I know, but what are you going to talk about on that day? You're not going to talk about the Mets.
No, I don't think you could talk about anything. That's why you have misinformation, because they're actually putting it out there.
But I know, but the news stations aren't just going to sit there and talk about the beautiful weather outside. They're going to start talking about.
Right now, I didn't hear Walter Cronkite report that.
They have 50 minutes after commercials. They have 50 minutes an hour to fill, and they're going to fill it with anything that they can lay their hands on, and they're going to play it to death. Yes, yes.
So
Alan.
The search happened on a Tuesday. A week ago Wednesday, Phil was on and claimed that they only took 4 documents. He knew about it before it was broadcast. And of course, he was totally wrong again. They took like 15 boxes out of there, but he probably read it somewhere. He's a smart guy. He probably didn't just think it up on one of his Republican broadcasts, Dredge or something. But
the guy James Carville, Alan.
Yeah.
I could send you the article. He said on the news today, he says, this could be bigger than 9/11. Oh, come on.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's not going
I
to
mean,
kill us.
and we didn't I mean, it could be. It's like they just let them say whatever they want,
Right.
just to feed it.
I believe you, Tony. You don't need to send the article.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would mean I'd have to.
I
give
can't
you my
believe
email
Carville
address.
said that. Carville.
He did, Alex. I have the thing.
No.
I can find it to you. I watched it this morning. He was on MSNBC, one of those shows. It could be bigger than 9/11. This case. And he said it was on TV.
It's a different. It could be big in its own way, because it's not the same kind of thing. I mean, one is the bombing of basically the collapsing of two buildings,
exactly.
and the other is what I consider treasonous, but nevertheless not on the same par with that.
Here it is. I got it right here. It's on thehill.com. And I was just reading. James Carville, Trump scandal could be the biggest story since 9/11.
Since 9/11. Well, that I might agree with.
Yeah, might be a big story.
He said he didn't say bigger than. He said since.
Yeah, misinformation, Tony.
Yeah, you just spread
You're just
misinformation.
spreading
Oh, you're a
What are
bad
you
boy.
trying to do? I'm taking
Phil,
it out.
In the sake of trying to show how
We gotta drink.
misinformation is spread, you spread it yourself.
Everybody have a
In
drink.
honor of Phil Jr., we have to drink.
Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Misinformation.
Yeah.
I mean, I was close. Though. I didn't have it exact.
Huh?
Just like what Phil says.
It's
Exactly.
a little different. It's a little different the way he said it from the way you described it.
But I'm in your camp, Alex. Should he even compare it to that anyway?
He wasn't comparing it. He said it's the biggest story since.
Sense.
I mean, I guess it's his opinion. I mean,
No, don't. Aren't you listening to me, Tony? Come on now, blow your nose and get all those cobwebs out of your head.
It's like a Carville line.
What he said was it was the biggest event since 9/11, not bigger than 9/11, which is how you put it.
Sure, but you know what? Even the way he puts it, I don't even buy what he's saying, because I think that's a panic thing.
What do you mean?
Fear.
What do you mean?
It isn't fair.
I think
Somebody
it's,
there.
I think it's a pretty terrible thing. It's the first time in history a president of the United States has had to have his home raided. You know, so the government could get the documents that they were entitled to have because they belonged to the government.
That's right. I want to know what he has. That's what I want to know.
Well, he had
time it'll be
all the stuff about Roswell. Yeah,
I think he might have had. I could see him with that, Alex. I want to. Do we really have the alien in captivity?
You know, he's probably thinking he was born an alien, and that's why he's got the Roswell stuff.
Yeah.
I don't-
So, yeah. Anyway, oh boy, well, I'm exhausted every night. I don't know why. I just.
I think it's the weather, right? So.
Well, I think it's the weather.
Yeah, I think so.
Could be depression.
Oh, but
could be
you're-
my cancer. Could be my cancer.
Yeah, that might be bothering you a little bit.
That's
It's like,
stressing you out.
little Richard is an excuse to me once, why I couldn't make my show. He said, I'm sorry I couldn't do it, but I had a touch of the cancer. I figured that was about the lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, there's the theme song. It's playing. Oh, yes. Oh, very nice to have you people here,
Yeah.
It's just that lately I've just been so tired. Oh, that's the sign of the lymphoma. But I don't have any of the other things, so.
You don't have cancer. I'd bet on it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I may, but it's probably doable, Thank you very much, Jeff, for being here. A man who has faced death and been at death's door. So he knows what it's all about. Alan, thank you for being here. And of course, Charlie, how many toes is it? 4 toes?
Yep, that's all I got.
Charlie 4 toes. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Tony, for coming in with all that absolutely empirical evidence of what's going on in our country. And, of course, Brian and his lovely ventriloquist dummy, Adrian.
Just trying to sleep.
Oh, you're trying to
Yeah, wait, Carl.
you're trying- Okay, anyway, everybody, give a big wave goodbye. I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. There they go, folks. There's our citizen panel for tonight. They'll be back again tomorrow night, I'm sure, and hopefully we'll get a few more people, and we'll have a Friday edition of this show. See you tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.